Hey guys, what's up? It's Destiny, aka The Goonies, and today I have information you might want if you're moving to Atlanta. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Destiny. And if you're a returning subscriber, then fancy seeing you here. If you're not subscribed, then go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. You can even go as far as to hit the notification bell so it notifies you. They kind of do the same thing, but you know, both of them work. And let's be friends. Follow me on Instagram at The Goonies. I've lived in Atlanta for 3 years now, and it was a very spontaneous move that my boyfriend and I decided to do, and I think for the most part we enjoy it. So for those of you guys who don't know, I am from Los Angeles, and there are just some major differences that I've noticed while being here. Of course there's gonna be differences. That's the West Coast and this is the South. So yeah, things are really different here. If you're planning to make a move from anywhere, but like especially the West Coast, then here are some things that you should know. Number 1, seasons. In sunny California, we have sun, basically all year round. Generally, there are 2 seasons, a long dry summer with low humidity and cool evenings, and a mild rainy winter. In the high mountains, you'll get some snow, but that's in the mountains. In Atlanta, this is not the case. Atlanta has all 4 seasons. It doesn't skip any. So we arrived in August, which is still technically summer, and yes, Atlanta summers are hot and humid. And from what I heard, people don't say Hotlanta, so don't say that. Fall is probably actually one of my favorite seasons here, and I just noticed that this year. Colors that the leaves turn are so beautiful, and even if it's like a rainy, cloudy, dreary, dreadful day, the leaves just give it that touch of color and makes it feel bright. Winter. Oh, winter. So actually the first winter that we got here, it snowed. And everyone in Atlanta seemed kind of surprised, like it doesn't really, like it can snow here, but it doesn't really snow here. It was nice the first couple of days, but after a while I was just like, I melt. I'm such a Cali girl, like I did not know how to dress for winter at all. I was walking around with leggings and Converse and just like toughing it out. I didn't know I needed long underwear or gloves, like it was just freezing. It gets freezing out here, and if it's not snowing, then it's raining and it's cold rain and wind. So yeah. Lastly, spring. Spring is beautiful. The flowers and the trees are blooming again, so everything doesn't look so dead. The only thing I don't like about spring is that there's these bugs that come out and they kind of look like bumblebees, and they're harmless, but to me they're confrontational, and I just don't like bugs, so that's why I don't like them. It actually rains quite a lot during spring, so keep in mind that it actually does rain a lot through all 4 seasons. Like it doesn't matter if it's summer and it's 90 degrees, it'll find a way to rain. Sometimes the rain is a little bit too much for me because it'll be raining for like days in a row. So if you have SAD, keep that in mind. Number 2, transportation. Right, so we actually drove across the country, which is a story for another day, maybe a possible story time in the future, but we loaded up my boyfriend's truck and we drove on over. My boyfriend started his job like immediately, so I was kind of left without a car. However, the area that we were living in at the time was called Virginia Highlands, and it's a super nice area and everything is easily accessible, so I didn't really need a car to get around because I could walk. I would highly suggest doing your research on the area that you're moving to so you can kind of see what's around you and see if you'll be able to walk or if you'll need another means of transportation, because not everything in Atlanta is close. And that's another thing. In Los Angeles, it takes like 5 to 15 minutes to get to where you want to go because everything is so close, but in Atlanta I find that everything is like 15-20 minutes away. Like everything is so spread out here. I also did some research on their bus system, which is called the MARTA, but luckily my boyfriend bought another car that I was able to use, so I didn't have to take the bus. Okay, thank God, because everyone was saying that the MARTA sucks. Another thing is the traffic. Being from LA, you'd think I say that the traffic is way worse in LA, but no. The traffic in Atlanta is horrendous sometimes. Traffic is terrible, the drivers are terrible and mean. Nobody will let you over. You've got to fight for your right to get over on the freeway. Like, nobody wants to let you by, and I feel like that's the reason why there's so much traffic, because people don't know how to merge. They just don't know how to drive in general. I don't know what driving school most of these people went to, and I'm super serious. Sorry guys, the light is like trying to... Number 3, work. So my boyfriend works in the film industry and he moved down here to do exactly that. For those of you guys who don't know, Atlanta is the new Hollywood. My boyfriend's dad was able to get me a job on the movie that they were working on at the time, which was Ant-Man 2. As a production assistant, I had a lot of fun, I learned a lot of new things, and I made good money. After that job, I decided to get some random job. It was at a boba tea shop and the minimum wage was $8.50. Before leaving California, I was working at TGI Fridays as a hostess, and minimum wage it had just been bumped up to $11.50. So imagine my shock when I get here and they're telling me like, oh yeah, minimum wage is $8.50. I was like, $8.50? If you have a set career, then obviously you don't have to worry about this pay, but I've seen minimum wage be as low as $7, and for waitresses like $2 or $3, which is insane. I highly recommend finding a job in a nice area, but like even sometimes that doesn't matter, like pay could still be super low. Right now I'm working in Buckhead and I'm making good money. Also, really quickly, customer service here is a hit or miss. In Los Angeles, it's like boom, 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 and out here it's just like boom, 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 like hurry up. Like sometimes people just move too slow or they have an attitude. I've just seen some unprofessional stuff. But also kind of recommend staying away from mom and pop businesses because they tend to just be a little bit unprofessional. Or at least the ones that I've worked for were all over the place. Yeah. Number 4, people. Before we moved here, we had actually visited for like a week or so, but one of the things that I noticed almost immediately when stepping off the plane was how undiverse it was. Los Angeles is predominantly Hispanic people, so I guess not seeing any to me was kind of weird. Los Angeles is a huge melting pot though. We have white, Asian, black, Hispanic, Indian, Native American, purple, green people, etc. In Atlanta, it's low-key rare to see other races all the time. This isn't a problem, but I definitely had like a little bit of a culture shock. So if you're coming from somewhere diverse, you're definitely gonna notice that. That being said, choose your Mexican food wisely out here. When I go back home, I binge on street tacos and good Mexican food because it's hard to find good Mexican food here. They do this thing where they use this weird liquid white cheese instead of like putting shredded cheese or, you know, normal cheese. It's like a weird liquid white cheese. And anytime I see that, I'm just like, never mind. Number 5, nightlife. Of course, we all know Atlanta is most popular for their lively nightlife, especially strip clubs. In Cherish's hit song, Do It To It, they literally say, "We from the city that make it okay to turn the club to a year-round holiday." We from the city that make it okay to turn the club to a year-round holiday. So if you're feeling right with the... And yes, neither rain nor snow, nor sleet nor hail can keep AT aliens from their beloved clubs. Not even COVID. I haven't been out since I've been sober, but when I was going out, I was having a lot of fun. There's definitely a lot to do here. There's amazing restaurants and rooftop bars, nightclubs, strip clubs, clubs. When I go to clubs, it's because I want to dance, and I do that. I dance like nobody's watching. But for some reason, it seems like here, like people just want to get dressed up to go stand around and look cool. But I'ma still be dancing. I moved to Atlanta right after I turned 21, so there's not really much to compare to Los Angeles because I wasn't really going out before I moved. It just seems like people just want to go out to look cool and to like people watch, which is totally fine, but. And another thing is Atlanta is so small. You definitely want to be careful about the circle of friends that you join, because it's like everybody knows each other, and to me, that's when things like start to get messy. I tend to stick to cool nightclubs where I can just wear tennis shoes and it's like very casual, but there are those nightclubs where you go out and you have to be dressed to a T, and like you have to wear heels and you might get dress coded. So those are just some of the things that I noticed. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in Los Angeles, if not even worse, definitely with the people watching and the just standing around. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and of course subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the small list that I put together. If you're planning on moving to ATL, then maybe these are some things that people aren't mentioning in other videos, or maybe you got what you needed from this video and you can pull from their video too and pull from this person's video. Like, nice to see you here, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Goodbye.